Today I'm going to run through Savings and Pipeline Tracker. So I'm going to jump into a high-level overview of Savings and Pipeline Tracker. I'll have a couple of screenshots and really conceptualize the tool. I will do another video if you want to watch it later of a live demo walking through the form, the setup, and some of the reports that you can get out of the tool. Again, you can build all kinds of reports, but for now we'll just kind of walk through a high-level overview of the tool. So, Savings and Pipeline Tracker is really about, really planning out your workload in sourcing, right? And so again, it's what upcoming sourcing projects do I have? That could be capital projects, spend analysis projects where you've analyzed the spend and say, hey, I need to go source this spend. It's obviously expiring contracts is a big workload input there. And during that, so you'll actually create a form and you'll start entering that information, right? As much information as you have, and you'll start entering details about that project, estimated savings. Now, once that project becomes live, you'll start working on it. You'll have the estimated number of hours and things like that again, so that you can do the pipeline planning. But as it becomes live, you will enter in, or you can actually have it tied to sourcing so that it'll automatically pull in the sourcing savings. So you'll have three types of savings. You'll have estimated savings. That's kind of going into it, what you estimated you'd save. You have negotiated savings. That's what came out of the sourcing event. And then you have implemented and actual savings. Some companies don't implement all four of these because of the fact that they can't track it. Again, the purpose of Ariba buying and invoicing, along with the entire suite of products, is so that you can source it, contract it, and then procure against it and really pay against it as well, all in the suite of products, and really track that savings down from the time you sourced it all the way down to the actual execution against that contract, and make sure that you're realizing the savings. You can negotiate savings, contract it, and if people aren't buying off that contract, or if the supplier is charging you the wrong price because you don't have a way to monitor the invoice price compared to the contracted price, you lose that savings. And so it's really important, to capture and monitor that. But some companies can't do that, and so they only have kind of estimated negotiated savings, which is okay. It's still a good starting point. And then finally, we have reporting around all of this. The reporting is what truly builds the pipeline. So the individual forms are what roll into a pipeline report, and you can see the different projects. You can break that into different reports by, really individual. You can break it into reports by department, commodity, resource hours, et cetera. And so you can really track, workload and projects and potential savings and things like that. Similarly, after a project is done, you can report actual savings or negotiated savings, by department, cost center, individual, region, commodity, whatever you want to report it by, whatever is important to your organization. And so the really great tool. A lot of organizations use it or use something similar. It helps that it's integrated into the tool. Building the pipeline, this is kind of just a general overview of what the form looks like. Again, there's going to be a demo of the full form if you want to see it later. But it basically has, again, it has your baseline spend, your estimated savings. Then it gets into detailed savings breakouts later on. You can estimate work hours for, in most cases, we generally implement two. It's your kind of sourcing analyst and then your sourcing category manager's time. And so a lot of times you'll have two different individuals. You'll have a manager and an analyst that are working a project, and so you can put in time for both. And then, like I said, there's actually a subsection down below that's not in the screenshot where you break it out into the different departments and cost centers. So, this is a screenshot of kind of some of the KPIs and actual savings by region, by department, and overall as a department or overall as a company. And so you have these tier breakdown reports that you can do. As well, you have kind of these global dashboards that are really great. You can publish anything that you want on one of these dashboards. I've got one that I can actually pull up. I'll pull up real quick just to demo. And so you'll look at my pipeline dashboard here. Again, this was more of a pipeline than a savings chart. but it's pipeline by individual, and I've got a list of individuals, the estimated hours, and the estimated savings they'll have. Some various different pie charts, and some of this is repetitive information. I've just put in a different graphic interface. And then I've got things like actual versus estimated savings. This is a bar chart. This over here is the same data in a table. If you look at myself, Mark Smitherman here, you can see that I obviously overestimate my savings and I underperform. And so that can be very relative, useful information at looking at how well people are performing, actuals to estimated. If they say they're going to save a lot of money and then they fail to ever deliver. So that's kind of the general overview. I'm going to do another video that actually walks through the form and additional reports and things like that. So if you're interested in finding more information, watch that second video. If you're interested in the products itself, about getting it implemented and things like that, reach out to your customer engagement executive. And thanks for taking the time to watch the video today.